Okie dokie. Second little round of streams here. So we get the first round done, second round coming up, and of course I will do the finals alongside the cup final. So here's just a little look at the story so far. The Krakow Dragons defeating the Manila Magicians in 7 games to make it to the semifinals against the Scarborough Sparrows, who defeated the Oakland Golden Seals in 5 games. And then our first game that we'll be taking a look at, the Seattle Spitfires, after defeating the Hartford Whalers in 7 games, will play against the Yorkshire Unicorns, who defeated the Moncton Cobras in 6. Seattle now the highest ranked team left standing, as the top 2 seeds, Moncton and Oakland, were eliminated in the first round. Seattle's third. They'll have home ice advantage from here on out, should they stick around. The Dragons have home ice over the Sparrows. So I forgot to pull up the rest of my stuff here. Alrighty, so it's 3 versus 8, Seattle versus Yorkshire, and 5 versus 7, Dragons versus Sparrows. So we'll start off with the first game of Seattle and Yorkshire. William Nylander, the leading point scorer for Yorkshire so far, and Blake Wheeler, the leading point scorer for the Unicorns. Here we go, we'll do the first game same way we were doing these, and off we go. First half of the first, pretty even. Power play for Yorkshire. Can't capitalize on it. They get 2 shots. First goal of the game goes to Seattle, John Tavares. And second goal of the game, David Pasternak. Shots 13-12 after 1, 2-0 Seattle. Second period on the way. Still pretty even in shots through halfway, though still a 2-0 lead. And make it 3. William Nylander gets another one. 3-goal lead for Seattle heading into the third. Pulling away in shots now too. Seattle seems to be shutting it down here in the third. Yorkshire gets one though. Max Pacioretty. And Seattle may have just put the dagger in there. Nazem Kadri makes it 4-1. And that's game 1. Seattle 1-0 over Yorkshire. Three stars of this one. Pasternak with a goal and 2 assists. Freddie Anderson with 32 saves. And William Nylander with a goal and 2 assists. Take a look at the rest of the stats for that game. 3-point night for Pasternak and Nylander. You saw them already. A goal and an assist for Tavares. Assist for Ehlers. A goal for Kadri. An assist for Jake Gardner. And an assist for Zach Hyman. Top line of Pasternak, Nylander, Tavares, all at +3. Looks like Gardner was probably a defenseman with them at +2. Matthews, Barzal, and Simmons at the only minus players for Seattle. If I remember correctly, not a fantastic playoff for Matthews so far. Shots 5 for Kadri leads the team. Take a look at Yorkshire. Only 2 points to speak of. It's Max Pacioretty from Shane Gostisbehere. No pluses, good bunch of zeros, and a couple -2s, Wheeler, Krug, Hannafin, Giroux, and Huberdeau. Alrighty, on to Dragons and Sparrows Game 1. Connor McDavid, the leading point scorer for the Sparrows. And Artemi Panarin, the leading point scorer for the Dragons. Game 1 underway. Early goal, it's Morgan Riley, 1-0 Dragons. Scarborough has the lead in shots early. They end the period with a lead in shots as well, but the Dragons get an early goal, and they'll take a 1-0 lead into the second. Early power play, couple shots, no goals, but they tie it up. It's Connor McDavid. Another power play, nope. Power play for the Dragons, they'll get one. John Klingberg. Scarborough ties it. Power play for the Dragons. Restores the lead 2-1 into the third. Big shot lead for Scarborough. And they tie it up. It's Jason Zucker. And another one, Sean Couturier. And that'll do it. Great comeback there. Bobrovsky held the fort all game, but finally broke in the third. 2 goals from the Sparrows, and they take Game 1 in come from behind fashion. Three stars of this one. John Klingberg, power play goal, also had an assist. He's the first star. Morgan Riley with the first goal gets awarded the second star. And Sean Couturier, I believe he had the game winner. He's the third star. Take a look at some stats here. Klingberg, a goal and an assist. Riley with a goal. Panarin, Marchessault, and Scheifele with assists. Are the points for the Dragons. Oops. Marchand, Panarin, Scheifele at -3. Datsuk, Arvidsson, Marchessault at +1. Take a look at Scarborough. Nobody with multiple points, so Backstrom and Tkachuk with assists, Couturier with a goal, Marner, Jones, Hamilton with assists, Zucker, McDavid with goals, and Jeff Skinner with an assist. More balance on the plus-minuses here. A bunch of 1s and a bunch of 0s, and that's all to speak of there. Back to Seattle. Or should I say you're in Yorkshire? I keep forgetting it alternates in this. Nylander's still the point leader here. Wheeler's still the point leader there. We'll jump in for Game 2. Early goal, Nazem Kadri. 1-0 Seattle. Dominant period for Seattle. Looks like Holtby's holding them in. And they'll get through the first, only giving up 1. 15-3 are the shots. Second period incoming. See if Yorkshire wakes up here. Not a whole lot of shots to speak of in the first half. Almost all Yorkshire, but Seattle gets a couple there at the end of the first half of the period. And they're back on the board as James Neal tying the game. Seattle still with a big shot advantage, but Yorkshire tied it in the second, all square, heading into the third. Halfway through, still tied. Yorkshire coming back in the shots, and they get a goal. Elias Lindholm. Final minutes of the period. Can Seattle tie it? Nope. Yorkshire ties the series. 3 stars in that one. Braden Holtby, the first star with 30 saves. Especially that first period, that's held them in. Lindholm with the game winner, the second star. James Neal with the tying goal, the third. Take a look at Yorkshire. Just a bunch of one-pointers. Paul Marion Carlson with assists. Lindholm and Neal with goals, and Shane Gossesbear with an assist. Seattle, no 2-point nights here, only 2 points to speak of. It's Nazem Kadri getting a goal from PK Subban. Of course there wasn't multiple points. There's only one goal. How could you have 2 points for one person and only one goal? McDavid still leads. Panarin still leads. Game 2 incoming. Sparrows stole game 1 on the road. They have a chance here at home to go up 2. Dragons dominating the first, get the first goal. It's Jeff Carter. Sort of similar to the Seattle-Yorkshire game here. Dominant period by the Dragons. They only manage 1 goal. Scarborough's still in it. Shots are a little closer, but Scarborough's still getting just about doubled up. Second period incoming. Power play for the Dragons. Looks like a long one. I'll double check that. Dragons maintaining their shot lead. Power play though for Scarborough. Nope. I'm going to take a look at those penalties just for giggles. Okay, they just fell a little long. Both just 2 minutes. Whoops. Dragons still up 1-0. A decent shot lead going into the third. Early tying goal, Braden Point. Marchessault gets the lead back for the Dragons. And McDavid gets the tying goal again. High-powered third period. Scarborough came back in game 1. They do it again here in game 2. Connor McDavid with another goal. The empty netter from Sergachev, and the comeback is complete again for Scarborough. They take game 2 and they're up 2-0. Almost wish I was watching these games. (4-2) final there. 3 stars. McDavid's 2 goals, the tying goal, and the go-ahead in the third period. Connor Hellebuck with 37 saves, the second star, and Sergachev gets the third star for the empty netter. So let's assume he was fantastic defensively. 2 points, 2 goals for Connor McDavid. Braden Point with a goal. The assists go to Kachuk, Marner, Jones, Silfverberg, and Skinner, Sergachev's empty netter. For the Dragons, big bunch of 1 points. The goals are Carter and Marchessault. The assists, Niederreiter, Eichel, Datsuk, and Arvidsson. Scarborough up 2-0 on the Dragons. Back over here for Game 3. The series is tied 1-1. Seattle power play. Nope. Seattle goal. Tyson Barrie halfway through the first. Both teams have won their games at home in this series. Seattle at home here. Tying it up late is the captain, Patrick Marleau. Final minute of the first, they tie it. Second period incoming. Shots are even. Goals are even. Series is even. Very defensive period again. Not many shots to the first half. Yorkshire picked it up. It's Hilary Knight. Two-1 lead for Yorkshire into the third off the goal by Knight. Third period incoming. Yorkshire looking to steal it on the road. Seattle trying to come back. Winner of this game will get a 2-1 lead in the series. Power play for Yorkshire. Can't get it done. Final 5 minutes of the third. Yorkshire holding the fort. Seattle trying to put some pressure on. Can't get it done. And the Yorkshire Unicorns take Game 3 on the road and lead the series 2-1. 3 stars here. Braden Holtby, Freddie Anderson, a goalie duel. They're the top two. And Hilary Knight with the game winner gets the 3rd star. Only 2 points to speak of for Seattle. The goal by Barrie, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hilary Knight and Patrick Marleau, the goal scorers for the Unicorns. John Carlson, Mikko Koivu, and Victor Hedman the assists. Unicorns lead the series 2-1. Game 3, Sparrows and Dragons. Goal by Connor McDavid. And another, Evgeny Dadonov. Quick start for the Sparrows. $3-0, it's Jeff Skinner. Shots are even, goals are absolutely not. Bobrovsky's been great all playoff, giving up 3 goals on 7 shots there. And it's a 3-0 lead in the first. Shots even after 1, 10-10. Sparrows have a 3-0 lead in the game. Now 4-0 off a goal by Seth Jones. I was going to make a nice little parallel about it being 3-0 here and going for 3-0 in the series, but they had to go ahead and break that, didn't they? 5-0, it's Braden Point. This looks like a runaway. Matt Murray's in the net. He was in the net after the 3rd goal. He's given up to himself. Dragons have a huge hill to climb in the 3rd. Sparrows seem to be on their way to having an elimination Game 4. And just shutting it down here in the 3rd. Time ticks away. 5-0 victory in Game 3 for the Sparrows. They have a stranglehold on the series, 3-0. 3 stars in this one. Hellebuck got a shutout, 29 saves shutout. Seth Jones a goal and 2 assists. Dadonov a goal and an assist, 2nd and 3rd stars. We'll take a look at the Dragons and all the points. Just kidding. No goals, no points. Little, Gallagher, Tanev, Parise, and Ellis, the only ones to manage to not be on the ice for a goal. Riley and Klingberg, that defense pairing got lit up for 3. Now where all the points lie. See, it sounded like I made a bad joke earlier. I just actually forgot which team was which. So, you know, I am who I am. 3 points for Seth Jones. 2 for Dadonov, Tkachuk, and Marner. Point Backstrom, Couturier, and Raquel, along with McDavid and Skinner, pick up the rest of the points. +3s for Jones and Vlasic. +3 for that pairing, -3 for Riley and Klingberg. Kind of fun to see the pairings there. Anybody? Silfverberg, Sergachev, Dumba, and DeBrusk at 0. In a 5-0 game. Not quite Brett Lebda, but working on it. Game 4 back in Yorkshire. William Nylander, 13 points in 10 games. He came into this series leading the playoffs in points. I'd imagine he's still got that lead. It's yeah. Anybody else who's in the ballpark hasn't stepped it up. I don't think Wheeler's gone. No, Wheeler's got the same thing he used to have. So Nylander just extending his points lead. Game 4 incoming. Yorkshire with a chance to go up 3-1 at home. Halfway through the first, nothing yet. Shots are even. And a goal. It's Max Pacioretty. End of the first, shots are even. Pacioretty's goal the difference. 1-0 Unicorns. No goals in the second. Yorkshire still up by 1. Shots 22-17 for Seattle. Trying to tie the game. And they've done it. William Nylander again. Derek Stepan gets the lead back for Yorkshire. Halfway through the third, power play for Yorkshire. Can't get any insurance. Final 5 minutes. Seattle trying to tie. Last minute, can't get it done. Yorkshire wins game 4. They have a 3-1 series lead. The 7th and 8th seeds have a chance to put away their opponents, make it a bottom 2 final. Yeah, I usually like to check out the stars first. Look at me. Forgetting my own formula. Braden Holtby, 29 saves, gets the first star. Derek Stepan's game winner gives him the second star, and Max Pacioretty, another goal for him, gives him the third. Knight with an assist, Stepan and Pacioretty with the goals. Neal, Hedman, and Gostisbehere with assists. Seattle, it is William Nylander from PK Subban and Oscar Klefbom. Elimination game coming up here. Scarborough with a chance to sweep the series and head to the finals. They get a chance to do it at home as well. Artemi Panarin still leading points for the Dragons. Connor McDavid starting to enter the Nylander territory in double digits here. Should be close to challenging for goals too. I think Nylander's at 8, if I remember correctly. So we'll jump into the third period if it's close either way. We've got a little more time to work with here, so especially if they're going to end the series this quickly. So We'll jump in if it is close or gets close in the third. Early goal for Scarborough. Ricard Raquel in the first 31 seconds makes it 1-0. Dragons tie at Mark Scheifele late in the first. Game tied heading into 2. Early power play for the Dragons. They score. Rasmus Ristolainen, it's 2-1. Make it 3-1. Artemi Panarin. Power play now for Scarborough. Short-handed goal. Brendan Gallagher, 4-1. Power play for the Dragons. Can't score. I think that was just a short one. It's 5-1. Brad Marchand. Dragons playing for their lives and looking like it. Big shot lead, big goal lead. Third period coming. Dragons looking to stave off the sweep. 6-1 Marchand. Dragons running away. Zucker gets it 6-2. A response for Giordano makes it 7-2. Power play doesn't score. Braden Point does, though, for Scarborough. 7-3 now. 7-4, Jeff Skinner. Thinking about a comeback, but too little too late. 7-4 the final. Dragons survive. Assist the first star. Panarin a goal and 3 assists the second. Jason Zucker a goal and assist. Gets the third star. Lots of goals, lots of points. Here they come. 2 assists for Backstrom. A goal and an assist for Zucker. There's the 2-point guys. Point and Raquel and Skinner with goals. McDavid, Jones, Marner with assists. Now the Dragons. Couple 4-point nights. Brad Marchand 2-2. Panarin a goal and 3 assists. 2-point nights for Ristolainen, Scheifele, and Ellis. A goal and assist for Ristolainen. A goal and assist for Scheifele. 2 assists for Ellis. A goal for Gallagher. Assists for Eichel, Tanev, and Klingberg. And a goal for Mark Giordano. Couple series at 3-1. Elimination game coming up. Seattle and Yorkshire. Yorkshire looking to punch their ticket to the final. Nylander's going to have to keep playing great if they want a chance to come back. Here we go. Power play for Seattle. Can't score. Halfway through the first, nothing yet. John Tavares, and then quickly Joe Pavelski gets it back. 2 goals in about 48 seconds of each other. At the end of the first, tie game. Yorkshire looking to finish Seattle off. Seattle got the first goal, but Pavelski's response ties it up. Second period on the way. Halfway through the second, nothing yet. Now there's one. It's Claude Giroux. A lead for Yorkshire. And we'll jump into the third. Alrighty, third period incoming. 2-1 lead for the Unicorns. Seattle needs to come back if they want to stay in the series. Game 5 series, 3-1 for the Unicorns. Third period on the way. Now watch as my voice miraculously changes into my dumb commentator voice. John Tavares, Claude Giroux on the draw to start the third. And here we go. It's PK Subban up for Pasternak and finding their way into the zone. The playoff points leader Nylander looks towards the front of the net, trying to work it in. But it's picked off and back the other way they come. Claude Giroux in for the Unicorns. Drops it back, Hedman. Hedman working it in. Tried to find Carlson. He's got it now in the corner. Carlson comes out of the corner. Still spinning around there. Carlson with the puck for Wheeler. Back to Huberdeau. Huberdeau flips it in. In behind the net goes Giroux. He's got it. Sends it out in front, but nobody there. Nylander finds it. And Seattle will clear. Here comes David Pasternak. Coming up the ice, it's a 2-on-1. Pasternak takes the shot. Good save by Holtby. He'll grab it and hang on. William Nylander, 8 goals, leads the playoffs. See if he has another big one up his sleeve here with his team down 1 in a must-win game. John Tavares wins the draw. Clefbaum winds, fires, shoots. Doesn't get to the net. Tavares tried to find Nylander, but it hit Carlson. Now out of the zone come the Unicorns. It's Jonathan Huberdeau. Huberdeau into the attacking end. Tries to cut in. Good stick there by PK Subban. Breaks it up. He's pinned up against the boards. Subban kicks it out. Try to get it to Clefbaum. Big centering pass for Wheeler. A shot that's blocked. That was William Nylander who got in front of that one. Back the other way come the Spitfires. It's Wayne Simmons to William Nylander. He shoots right along the ice. A good pad save there by Holtby. Double team to the corner is Nylander, but he gets it out to Tavares. Tavares, though, gave it away. And out come the Unicorns. It's Hillary Knight. Into the zone. Knight tried to cut in, gets stopped up by Subban, now handed over to Pavelski. Pavelski pushed off the puck by TJ Brody. A good defensive play there. Brody coming up ice with the puck. Brody heads towards the corner. Drops it back to the point. Simmons covering. Back for Brody to Barzal. Tried to get the shot. Great stick there by Hedman. Prevented the shot and takes it back the other way. Over to Max Pacioretty. Pacioretty centering pass picked off by Simmons. And out back come the Spitfires. Subban coming in. PK Subban cuts into the slot. Picked off his stick. That was Victor Hedman once again. Derek Stepan coming in now into the attacking end. Heads to the corner. Stepan centers. Ekblad stops. Shoots. It doesn't get to the net. And it's sent all the way down. Will we see an icing call here? Yes, we will. .14:21 left to go in the third period. Unicorns still up by 1 with a chance to win the series. Pushes forward on the draw. Simmons comes in. Can't get it out of the zone. Good stick there by Ekblad. Gostisbehere sent it in. That's off. Poked back to the point, but kept in. Stepan. Off the boards and around behind the net. Brody and Lindholm going after it. Lindholm wins the battle. Walks out in front. Takes the shot. That goes wide. Stepan. Gostisbehere. For Elias Lindholm. Now Aaron Ekblad. Walks in off the point. Lindholm takes the shot. Great save. Rebound is there. Gets the puck again. Ekblad. In for Lindholm. Throws it up along the boards. It misses. Stepan comes all the way back. Kept in by Gostisbehere. Neal now for Ekblad. Great pressure here from the Unicorns. And maybe more importantly, time ticking off the clock. Stepan. One-timer chance. Blocked in front. That was Nazem Kadri. Puck still alive in the zone. Lindholm. Gets around Hyman. Now Neal played it in. Good stick by Brody. Finally breaks it up. And the Spitfires escape their own end. Here comes Zach Hyman. Tried to cut back. Pushed up the puck by Ekblad. Now the Unicorns getting a change. Have a chance to come back in and attack. Mikko Koivu drags it around. Subban takes him to the corner. Koivu comes out. Back to the point. Palmieri. Gostisbehere sliding out of the zone. Just able to keep it in. Shot went wide though. And now the Spitfires are back in the other way. That shot blocked. And the Unicorns will take it again. Great possession here for the Unicorns. Putting the pressure on, keeping the puck away from the Spitfires who need to tie this game. Marleau pushed away there by Nikita Zaitsev. Zaitsev plays it up to Kasperi Kapanen. 2-on-1. Kapanen in. Takes the shot. Great save. Braden Holtby. Kapanen had Nugent Hopkins with him. Decided to take the shot himself, and Holtby made a nice glove save. Speaking of saves, some big ones in that sequence from the Spitfires. Freddie Anderson doing everything he can to keep this game to a 1-goal margin. Give his team a chance to come back. Draw won by the Unicorns, but they're fighting over here in the corner. It's Duchesne in on Marleau. Hanifin throws it around. Torrey Krug is there, and he'll play it up ice and out. Patrick Marleau up for Kyle Palmieri. Palmieri cuts in front. Marleau's shot Doesn't get to the net. It's played up the other way now. John Tavares. In with Kasperi Kapanen. Tavares takes it to the net. Shot up high. Right into the glove of Holtby, who will freeze it once again. John Tavares, William Nylander, David Pastrnak. That top line for Seattle has been doing the majority of the scoring for this team. They're on the ice now. 8:51 left to go. Nylander comes in off the draw. Sight set for Pastrnak. All the way back to the point, kept in by Gardner. Gardner, Tavares. They'll go back and forth along the wall. Gardner tries to send it in. Coming in is Pastrnak. He'll keep it alive. Back around behind the net, Tavares. Tavares tried to jam it in the short side. It's stopped by Holtby. And the Unicorns will clear. Here comes Blake Wheeler. Up for Yorkshire. Wheeler taken up along the boards there by Nikita Zaitsev, but he gets around. Wheeler, one-timer chance for Huberdeau, and a great save from Frederik Andersen. Huberdeau to the point, Krug. Back to Huberdeau in front. Wheeler shot. Blockered away. Wheeler back on the rebound. Send it towards the front of the net. It's picked away and sent up ice. Here comes David Pastrnak with William Nylander. Back to Pastrnak. Great one-timer chance and a fantastic save from Holtby. Some great chances here from Yorkshire to get an insurance goal. Especially this one right in the slot there from Blake Wheeler. But Frederik Andersen once again keeping his team in it. Barzal, Matthews, Simmons on the ice now for Seattle. This line certainly not been playing to their potential in these playoffs. They'll need to step it up here. Maybe with one last chance in Game 5. Gardner up the boards to Matthew Barzal. Barzal coming in. Barzal cuts in. It's picked off by Karlsson. Maybe a little too fancy there. 2-on-1 back the other way. Pacioretty comes in, trying to drag it by. But a good stick from Nikita Zaitsev. Breaks that up. Coming up is Jake Gardner. Gardner to Barzal. Back to Simmons. In for Gardner. Gardner to Matthews covering at the point. See if they'll switch up. Simmons tried to take a shot. A great play from behind there from Hedman. Broke up the shot. Kept in at the line. PK Subban. Barzal in for Matthews to Barzal. Takes the shot. Scores! Matthew Barzal, and the game is tied. I said this line had to step it up, and late into a shift they did. Barzal from Matthews. And with their lives on the line, Seattle has tied it. That's Barzal's first goal of these playoffs, and what a time to find it. He goes bar down on Braden Holtby. Matthews knows he's a shooter, but maybe more importantly, Holtby knows Matthews is a shooter. Had to respect the Matthews shot. He instead made that great pass to Barzal. And he doesn't have that bad of a shot himself. He showed it there. And the game is tied. Gostisbehere now for Neal, trying to get it back. James Neal with a shot, just missed the short side. Kept in. Gostisbehere, step on. Shoots right along the ice. The rebound's there at the side. But goes harmlessly away into the corner. Kadri plays it back for Clefbaum. Zachary Hyman. Hyman goes in off the boards. Ekblad picks it up behind his own net, and they'll try to break it out here. Elias Lindholm, 3 minutes left to go in the third. Lindholm coming in. Great step up by Subban. That was dangerous, but it worked. Now Kadri coming back in for Hyman. Hyman up along the sideboards, heads into the corner. Around behind the net for Ehlers. Back to the point. Subban and Ehlers. Played along the board. Centering pass for Hyman, that's blocked. Kadri spins and fires, just missed the net. Now Hyman. 2 minutes left to go. Tried to find Ehlers, but missed it. Kept in at the side. Great chance there for Ehlers. From a bad angle. Tried to sneak it through the pads of Holtby, but he shut it down and made a nice save. A great response shift there from the Unicorns after giving up the tying goal. Just about got it right back. But Freddie Andersen has been great here in the third period. Makes another big save. It's 2-2 with 2 minutes left to go in the third. Good defensive zone draw win there from the Unicorns. That was Claude Giroux. Nugent Hopkins forces a turnover, though. It's Kapanen now. Kapanen pushed off the puck. Keeps it alive, though, in the corner. Huberdeau tried to send it out. Hit off of Hedman. Kapanen still in there doing the work. Kapanen gets it back. Pinned up against the boards. Double team now in the corner. It's Wheeler and Hedman on Kapanen. But he's keeping this alive. Kapanen still in there with it. Hedman finally digs it out. And the Unicorns will clear. Jonathan Huberdeau, final minute of the third, final 50 seconds. Huberdeau shot, low and deflected into the corner by Anderson. Now back the other way. Duchesne, up to Kapanen. Kapanen waits. Drops it for Brody coming in off the bench. Big shot, hits off of Duchesne. Now Brody, in behind the net, sends it up in front for Kapanen. Kapanen, across, looking for Duchesne and hops over his stick. 30 seconds left. Barzal with a shot, that one off the arm of Holtby and into the corner. Kapanen gets it there, draws the penalty. Kapanen, Duchesne, Barzal with a chance, great save. Holtby, and here comes the penalty. Kasperi, Kapanen, what a hard-working shift there. He and Hedman going after each other all shift long. Hedman had Kapanen in the corner again. This time he does take a penalty on him. With 20 seconds left to go in the third, Victor Hedman to the box for hooking. And the Seattle power play has a chance to win the game. Tavares spinning around now. Pasternak for Clefbaum. Gardner winds, fires, it's blocked in front. Matthews. Clefbaum, Gardner, back to Clefbaum, he shoots, it's blocked. Matthews, Tavares, great save, and another penalty coming. It'll be a trip in front of the net. Matthews got taken down. Noah Hannafin to the box. Right there, perhaps a game-saving trip. As Matthews had a great chance in front. Tavares got one anyway. Holtby made the save, and now it's 5-on-3 with 5.2 seconds left to go. Good draw in there from Matthews. Tavares shoots it just wide. And Holtby takes it off the boards and hangs on. There'll be less than a second left in the third. But this Seattle 5-on-3 will carry over to the overtime should we get there. What a chance that was for Tavares, but he just missed the net. Matthews still on the ice with a face-off. Mikko Koivu is the defensive zone. Matthews tried to go straight to the net. Missed it wide, and Game 5 is going to overtime. Matthew Barzal ties the game late. Freddie Anderson able to shut the door on a lot of big chances where the Unicorns could have gone up by 2. And the Seattle Spitfires, 1 goal away from seeing the end of their season. Also 1 goal away from extending this series to Game 6. A big third period there from Seattle. They pulled away in shots they needed to get some pressure on the goaltender Holtby. They did that. They tied the game. They have a 5-on-3 power play to work with in overtime. As the Spitfires go from down a goal late in the third with their season on the line to now being up 2 men in the overtime, looking to force Game 6. Hedman, Hannafin, 2 Unicorn defensemen, 2 penalty-killing defensemen in the box for the Unicorns. Matthews and Koivu on this draw. Matthews able to win it. And here comes the power play. Tavares comes into the zone for Matthews. Back to the point, Subban chips it in. Tavares missed the puck. Carlson will get a chance to clear. Koivu will, and it's down the ice. By the time they get set up, they'll come back with about 1:15 left on their 5-on-3. Matthews, Tyson Barrie, now John Tavares, they're in the zone. Barrie drops it for Pasternak. Now Tavares sends it into Matthews. Drops it all the way back to the point. Subban in for Matthews. He scores! Austin Matthews and the Seattle Spitfires take Game 5 and will force Game 6 back in Yorkshire. The Seattle power play knew they had to get it done. They had a long 5-on-3 to work with to start overtime. And Austin Matthews, very similar to the chance he had at the end of the third that ended up drawing the tripping penalty, gets that pass in the slot and goes backhand shelf on Braden Holtby to win the game, to stay alive in a CS6 game in this series. 3 stars in this one. Austin Matthews, the game-winning goal and an assist. On the game-tying goal, will give him the first star. John Tavares, a goal and an assist, the second star. And Frederick Anderson a 26 save performance. A huge third period, keeping his team alive, keeping them in it to help them tie it, and eventually get the winner in OT. The Seattle Spitfires defeat the Yorkshire Unicorns and bring the series to a 3-2 win, 3-2 lead for the Unicorns, but a 3-2 win here for Seattle in Game 5. I never know how to end these things. Just keep talking until I run out of crap to say. I'm just curious to see how many goals Matthews has. That may also be his first. Let's find out. Yeah, that's going to be Matthews' first too. Matthews and Barzal's first goals of the playoffs. The game tire, the game winner. And a must-win Game 5. Alrighty, another elimination game coming up. Game 5 for Scarborough and Krakow. Wow, I know I probably pronounce that wrong every time, but that's gotta be my worst. Krakow! This is why I just keep saying Dragons at this point. Alright, same theory. If the third period's close, we'll jump in. Halfway through the first, nothing yet. Shots are even. Final 5 minutes. Still nothing. And right at the end of the first, Ricard Raquel and Artemi Panarin. 29 seconds left in the period. Raquel gets it, and right at the last second, Panarin ties it, so it's 1-1 heading into the second. 2-1 now. Sparrows get on the board again. It's Nicholas Backstrom. Power play for the Sparrows. Can't get it done. A similar position for the Dragons that we just saw for the Spitfires. Down 2-1 in Game 5, where it's win or go home. So we'll jump in again. Third period of Game 5 underway. It'll be Mark Scheifele and Connor McDavid on the draw. The Dragons down by a goal, playing for their lives here. Here comes Riley for Scheifele. Mark Scheifele into the corner. Tried to play it back to the point. Klingberg's shot gets blocked before it can get taken. That was Jeff Skinner who dived down in front of that one. And here come the Sparrows coming up. Vlasic tried to send that in. It gets picked up by Morgan Riley. Coming up the other way now, it's Panarin. For Scheifele, Marchand takes the shot. Rebound from Scheifele. Couldn't bury it. Great pair of saves there for Connor Hellebuck. Jeff Skinner with Connor McDavid. Skinner throws it around the boards. McDavid on it. McDavid goes around behind the net. Tried to play it there, but Skinner got tied up. Couldn't get to it. Kept in, though, by McDavid. Skinner coming up. Skinner to the net. And a good save there from Sergei Bobrovsky. Puck to the corner. Comes out Raquel for Skinner. Skinner walking back to the point, tries to send it in, and hits off a body. Doesn't get very far. And the Dragons will come back in. Mark Scheifele stops up. Scheifele goes around the boards. Raquel will get to it in the corner and send it back the way it came. As they'll try to clear, Scheifele takes it up against the boards, kept in at the line by Ristolainen. Ristolainen in for Scheifele to the corner. Sends it in front. Eichel, what a save! A huge glove save from Connor Hellebuck as Jack Eichel just had a fantastic look to tie the game. Jeff Carter, Nicholas Backstrom on the draw to the left of Hellebuck. Carter wins it with his feet, back to the line, kept in by Ristolainen. Giordano, Ristolainen, back for Giordano. Ristolainen shot through, scores! Rasmus Ristolainen, and the Dragons have tied it. It starts with the face-off win by Jeff Carter. Ristolainen had to rush to that puck. The face-off win was offline, but he kept it in. And that sets up the cycle, just a straight shot from the point. You see Eichel there just off to the side of Hellebuck. Hellebuck had a clean look at it. But Ristolainen's shot just found its way through. And the Dragons have tied the game. Here come the Sparrows now trying to answer back. Zucker drops it to the point. Now Backstrom poked back, kept down at the line though by Hamilton. Big shot through, doesn't get to the net. Oh, a big chance in front though. That was Zucker just trying to swaddle away from Ristolainen and ended up batting it towards the net. And Bobrovsky had to be sharp there to keep that one out. Nicholas Backstrom, Jeff Carter on this draw, this time to the right of Bobrovsky in the Dragon zone. Scrummed. Eichel comes in. Backstrom keeps it alive. Raquel to Zucker. Doesn't shoot. Zucker spins around. Switches up at the point. Zucker still has it. Sends it to the corner. Raquel. Now for Hamilton back to the point. Slavin. In front Raquel. Back to Slavin. Working it in Raquel. Walks it in front. Takes the shot. It's deflected. Kept out though by Bobrovsky. Backstrom, I think, got a piece of that shot. But Bobrovsky stays sealed to the ice and makes a nice save. He didn't get a piece of the original shot. He definitely got a piece of the rebound. I think that actually in that look there, it might have been Carter's stick to that hit just before it got to the net. Sean Couturier, Pavel Datsyuk on this drop. Datsyuk pushes forward. Marchessault comes in, and the Dragons will clear. Victor Arvidsson coming up for the Dragons at the left side from Marchessault. Tried to work it across, but Tkachuk breaks that up. And back they'll come. Sean Couturier, Matthew Tkachuk. Goes around behind the net. Couturier couldn't get to it. Played up the boards. Datsyuk able to dig that out, and here they come. Jonathan Marchessault. Marchessault spins back. Looks to the net, hits off a skate, goes into the corner. Arvidsson on it now. Back to Marchessault. To the point. Ellis. Tanev. Chris Tanev. Walks the line, sends it around behind the net. Tanev again. Still with it. Drops it for Ellis. Off the boards into the corner, Arvidsson. No looks at the net there. Scarborough doing a good job of keeping him to the outside. They force him back to the center now. But they'll find their way back into the zone. Here comes Datsyuk. Pavel Datsyuk. Drops it back, Tanev. Back in for Datsyuk. Across to Ellis. Parise coming off the bench. Tried to drop it. And Silfverberg picked that one off. It's still in the Sparrow zone, though. Hamilton pins him up against the boards. Worked out. Kept in at the line. Ellis. Tanev. Marchessault pushed off the puck. Kept alive just for a second. Silfverberg now will clear. Silfverberg in for the Sparrows. Cuts in. Slavin. Goes around behind the net, but before he can get there, he's knocked off the puck by Brian Little. Couturier with a good stick lift there comes in. Couturier gets pushed off the puck. It goes into the corner. Chris Tanev, a long shift for him, plays it up ice. Here's Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher for the Dragons comes in. Drops it off for Brian Little. Back to Gallagher. A great give-and-go play. And Hellebuck read it beautifully and came across with a nice pad save. Gallagher was looking low blocker on that one. Couldn't quite get it over the pads of a sliding Hellebuck. Braden Point for Scarborough. Jeff Carter for the Dragons on this draw. Scrum. Silfverberg comes in. Still fighting over. Carter has it. Tried to send it to the point. DeBrusk will get to it first, and he'll clear the zone. Jake DeBrusk in for the Sparrows. Drops it back to the point. Gets it back to DeBrusk. For Silfverberg. Sergachev in for Silfverberg. Dumba now, and Sergachev will go for it. Passing it around the zone of the Sparrows. A cycle set up, pushed off the puck there by Nino Niederreiter, and will just clear it out of the zone. Here comes Jack Eichel. He's in 1-on-4. Eichel waits at the sideboards. Great move there from Eichel. Eichel cuts in, takes the shot, and deflects into the corner. Niederreiter now on it. Trying to walk out in front, gets a stick, lifted puck's there in the slot, but Sergachev will get to it first. Back the other way, Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk comes around, takes the shot, blockered away. Puck off the boards. Good play by Riley to get to it first. That was a lively bounce off the boards that could have ended up on DeBrusk's stick. Now back the other way, Jeff Carter. Carter drops it for Klingberg. Gets a return pass, Carter. Tried to send it in. It's off a shin guard in front of him. And now in come the Sparrows. Jeff Skinner takes a shot right into the glove of Bobrovsky. Didn't even have to move on that one. Just shot straight at the glove hand. And he makes a good save. There's the Jake DeBrusk chance. The first shot blockered away. And look at this bounce. It's going to come right out in front. Riley read it well. Got to it first. And able to clear that chance away. Connor McDavid, Mark Scheifele on this draw. Inside the Dragon zone. First out in front. Marner shot just goes wide. McDavid on it. Taken away though by Brad Marchand. Coming out of the zone now the Dragons. Panarin for Scheifele. Scheifele taken out. Good hit there on the step up by Marc-Edouard Vlasic. McDavid gets it. Can't get around Giordano. Turnover forced in the neutral zone. Sending it in. Vlasic gets to it. And able to fight off Marchand and send it up the other way. Mitch Marner has McDavid coming into Skinner, and he couldn't handle a pass. Not often Connor McDavid misses a pass. He just sent that one into Skinner's feet. And the puck bounces towards Bobrovsky, who wisely freezes it. Good draw in there from Backstrom. Vlasic across to Jones, off the boards. Big one-timer, Raquel, big save. A great save there by Sergei Bobrovsky. 4:20 left to go in the third. Gallagher gets a return pass, takes the shot, great save. That's the second give-and-go play that Gallagher just about gets one on. There's that one-timer stop from Bobrovsky. Off of Ricard Raquel. That a good chance of giving the Sparrows the lead. Little, Backstrom. Backstrom wins it clean. And they'll quickly clear. Zucker, Raquel, Zucker. Back to Raquel, to the net. Good play there. That was Ryan Ellis just able to break that up. Ellis and Raquel going at it in the corner. Ellis spins away and breaks it out. Brian Little up for Zach Parise. That pass stolen there by Nicholas Backstrom. 3 minutes left to go in the third. Backstrom coming in. Sends it for Raquel. Big shot. Knocked away and into the corner. Backstrom sends it back to Raquel, but it came out just a little too far. Arvidsson broke it out. And he'll take it out of the zone. Arvidsson, rink wide to Marchessault. For Brian Little. Drops it back to the point. Ryan Ellis. For Arvidsson. Back to the point. Tanev. The cycle now starting for the Dragons. A big hit there. Zucker on Arvidsson. He's slow to get up. He is back to his feet now. Little shot gets blocked and comes out of the zone. Getting regrouped at center. Tanev crosses the red line and sends it in. Sergachev sends it back around, kept in. Tanev, one-timer blocked. Sean Couturier got in front of that one. Last minute to go now in the third period. Overtime may be looming. Victor Arvidsson, Jonathan Marchessault. Tanev and Riley at the point. Marchessault in front for Little, can't get the shot. Little gets tripped up, penalty coming. Zucker and Little fighting for the puck. Zucker's stick makes contact with the skate. Down goes Little, and a penalty is called. Jason Zucker to the box for tripping. And the Dragons power play in the last minute of the third with a chance to give them the lead. Panarin comes in off the draw, takes the shot, it's deflected and slowed way down. Hellebuck able to make that save and hang on. A lot of parallels this Game 5 for the Dragons as what we saw with the Spitfires and Unicorns earlier. 2-1 into the third, a tying goal for the Dragons, and now a power play late with a chance to win it. A lot more time on the clock, though, for the Dragons here. The Sparrows win that one off the top of the glass. Wow, that was close. It looked like that was going to go out, but it just hit the top of the glass. Stays in the ice surface here. And ends up being a good time-killing dump in. Trying to find a way out of the zone now. All right, Timmy Panarin. Final 20 seconds of the third period. Coming in, Panarin for Scheifele. Scheifele crosses up, tried to find Panarin, but it's sticked away there by Jacob Slavin. He'll go off the glass and out. Bobrovsky comes out of the net to play the puck, leaves it there for John Klingberg. They have to move up ice quickly. Scheifele for Marchand. Final seconds. Marchand. Scheifele shot ducked away. 2 seconds left. Panarin pinned up against the boards by Slavin, and that'll do it for the third period. Overtime incoming. The Dragons' power play still has some time to work. Yet another parallel to that Yorkshire and Seattle game. The Dragons, playing for their life, have a power play in overtime to try to win it. Sparrows have the lead in shots going into OT. But shot totals don't matter anymore. There's only one shot that counts. It's the next one that goes in. If it's the Sparrows, they take the series and move on to the IFHL Championship Final. If it's the Dragons, we'll see us back in Scarborough for Game 6. Dragons power play unit on the ice, but it's the penalty kill that gets the advantage early with the face-off win. Couturier spinning around with the puck. Sends it in. 1 minute left, 5-on-4 for the Dragons to work here. Here comes Morgan Riley. Plays it up to Mark Scheifele. Scheifele comes into the zone. Scheifele throws it around behind the net. Panarin is there. Klingberg, one-timer blocked. Bounces towards the net. Hellebuck had that hit off his shoulder and into the corner. Panarin, Marchand. Panarin shoots. Great save, Hellebuck. Oh, what a save there. Had him going east to west on that pass. Marchand to Panarin. A couple big chances here early in the overtime. Connor Hellebuck, though, equal to the task. Making the save so far. 32 seconds left in the Dragon power play. They win the draw. Klingberg walks in. Drops it back. Riley shot is blocked. Possible chance for a breakaway. Here comes Sean Couturier. Short-handed breakaway in overtime. Poke check by Bobrovsky. Now back the other way come the Dragons. 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Mark Scheifele. Shot. Stick explodes. And Seth Jones flips it down the ice. Penalty expired. Back to 5-on-5 in OT. Can't handle the pass. Couturier's on it. He had that big chance in the breakaway. Raquel goes around the net. Comes back to the point. Picked up though by Marchand. 1-on-1 now though. It's Brad Marchand. Coming in on Seth Jones. Marchand comes to the corner. Drops it all the way back. Niederreiter looking in for Klingberg. Couldn't get it to him. Klingberg to Niederreiter. He shoots and scores! No Niederreiter. And the Dragons fight off elimination. Take the game 3-2 in overtime. And force Game 6. Another action-packed overtime ends in a winner. Nino Niederreiter from John Klingberg and the Dragons survive Game 5, and we'll head back to Scarborough from Game 6. Dragons win 3-2. Sergei Bobrovsky, 29 saves in the victory, is the first star. Nino Niederreiter's game winner gets him the second star, and Brad Marchand's 2 assists get him the third as the Dragons defeat the Sparrows and survive in the series. Game 5, copy-paste. Couple 3-2 overtime victories for the team that was down. Apparently pair of Game 6s coming now. Yorkshire at home. Gonna try to finish the series. We'll run the same plan here. Game 6 underway. Yorkshire opens up the scoring. Derek Stepan. Power play. Scores. It's James Neal. Early 2-0 lead in the first for the Unicorns, trying to win the series. Shots 14-11 for Yorkshire. 2-0 the score, second period incoming. Another power play. This time they don't score. But neither does anyone else in the second. 2-0. Heading into the third, we'll jump in if it becomes a one-goal game. 3-0 Kyle Palmieri. Power play for Seattle. Can't score. Last 2 minutes, we'll jump in. It's 3-0. The 8th seed Yorkshire Unicorns, with a chance to punch their ticket to the championship final. If I remember correctly, the Yorkshire GM was not present for most of the draft, using a list from last season's picks. Made a lot of these draft picks. They sneak into the playoffs. There's a chance there, and that one's kicked away. They sneak into the playoffs on the last day of the regular season. They defeat the regular season champions in the first round. They have themselves here against the 3rd seed in the semifinals and are now less than a minute away from the championship final. What a story it's been this season for the Yorkshire Unicorns. Austin Matthews now in the final 30 seconds plays it up to Wayne Simmons. Seattle down by 3. Don't even bother to take the goaltender out. Patcher ready now. Up for the Unicorns. Final 20 seconds left of the game. Just going to spin around the zone and kill the clock. Pavelski, one-timer through. Anderson makes that save. William Nylander, what a playoff it's been for him. The leading point scorer in the playoffs. That top line for Seattle did so well, but not enough. The Yorkshire Unicorns defeat the Seattle Spitfires in 6 games and will advance to the IFHL Championship Final. The Cinderella story continues. for the Unicorns. Some people don't believe in miracles. Some people don't believe in unicorns. I'm a unicorn believer after this run. They are heading to the championship final with a chance to win it all. After defeating the Seattle Spitfires 3-0. In Game 6, they take the series 4-2. And they'll await the winners of the Scarborough Sparrows and the Krakow Dragons in the championship final. Braden Holtby, a shutout in Game 6, earns the first star. James Neal, a goal and assist, the second. And Derek Stepan has 1 goal. That earns him the third star. The Unicorns are championship finalists. Alrighty, we have 1 finalist decided. See if we can find our second contender. I instantly regret that unicorn joke, but man, you know what? Too late now. It felt cool for a second, I don't know. Alrighty. Will we decide our final here? Will it be Scarborough advancing? Or can the Dragons come back from 3-0 to force Game 7? Home ice advantage for Scarborough. And they get an early goal. Connor McDavid. Tie game now. Nino Niederreiter, the overtime hero in Game 5. Connor McDavid gets it right back. It's 2-1. An eventful first period. The Dragons lead in shots. The Sparrows lead in goals off 2 from their captain, McDavid. Second period. Power play for Scarborough. Can't score, but they get one right after. It's Jason Zucker and Evgeny Dadonov. 2 quick goals. And the Sparrows have a 4-1 lead. That they will carry to the third period. I have no choice but to make this joke every time. Of course, a team from Ontario would not blow a 4-1 lead in the playoffs. This game's over. I'm not scared at all. Third period. Here we go. And here it comes. Victor Arvidsson gets one. It's 4-2. We'll jump into the last 5. Here we go. Sparrows looking to join the Unicorns in the championship final. All they have to do is hold this lead. It was 4-1 into the third. Now with 5 minutes left, it's 4-2. Final 5 minutes of the third period underway. The Dragons need to tie it to stay alive. Arvidsson, Riley, works it across to Jonathan Marchessault. Kept in at the point there, Klingberg. Backed in for Marchessault. Taken to the corner by Sergachev, pinned up against the boards. McDavid comes in to help. He'll dig it free, but Arvidsson comes through and steals it. Arvidsson spins around, goes up along the glass. Marchessault behind the net. To Morgan Riley. Plays it in Gaudreau. Riley. Sorry, it's Datsuk. I keep thinking it's Gaudreau. I saw 13. In front for Arvidsson with a chance. Oh, a great save there by Hellebuck. Now Sergachev coming back the other way. Up to Ricard Raquel. Goes up. Off the glass. In behind the net. Riley's there. Here come the Dragons again. Victor Arvidsson coming in for Marchessault. Marchessault tried to find Arvidsson. Great stick from Sergachev. Now Datsuk with a shot. He scores. Pavel Datsuk. And it's a one-goal game with 2:23 left to go in the third. That's what I get for calling him Gaudreau. Pavel Datsuk's fourth goal of the playoffs. And the Dragons are a goal away from completing this comeback. They came down from 3-0 in the series to make it 3-2 here in this, to force this game 6. It was 4-1 into the third. It's now 4-3 with 2:23 to go. Can the Sparrows hang on? Vlasic coming in for the Sparrows. Drops it for Marner. Marner. Now Jones shot through, goes wide. Comes right out in front. McDavid's there, but he can't get the puck. Now here come the Dragons again. Giordano up to Panarin. Minute 30 left to go. Bobrovsky still in the net. Sent around behind the net. It's Scheifele. McDavid's there on him. McDavid gets hooked and a penalty coming. A costly penalty from Mark Scheifele. May have just cost his team this game. Some great work behind his own net from Connor McDavid. Scheifele trying to get the puck back. Gets the stick in on the arm. And if the Dragons are going to tie it, they're going to have to do it shorthanded. The Sparrows power play. Looking to just kill the clock here. Dumba, one-timer chance right on the net. It lands in behind Bobrovsky, but stays out of the net. A minute left to go. Bobrovsky has to be heading to the bench. He gets taken down though at the line. He stays in the net. And here comes Backstrom. Final minute of the third period. Sends it across, picked off by Tanev. Giordano gave it away. Couturier with a shot that's stopped by Bobrovsky, who will hang on. 49 seconds left to go in the third period. The Sparrows 49 seconds away from the championship final. Pavel Datsuk, who got the goal to get them within one, is on this draw. He loses it clean to Bobrovsky. Jones, Couturier shot blocked. Couturier still on it. Plays it in Raquel. Centering pass. Great chance there. Fantastic save from Bobrovsky. Now back the other way they'll come. Gallagher. There goes Bobrovsky to the bench. Gallagher tries to send it in. 34 seconds left to go. Can't get control of the puck. Here comes Couturier for the empty net. No, Bobrovsky stayed in. He was going towards the bench. He saw the turnover and went back to the net. Couturier just keeps it in. Hamilton. Couturier. Raquel. Hamilton. Gave it away. Gallagher comes up. There goes Bobrovsky again. But another giveaway. Will he go back to the net? I think he does. Bobrovsky's still in. They can't get him out of the net. Final 5 seconds now. The Sparrows power play. Doing the work. Here comes Datsuk looking to tie it. Can't get the shot and the game is over. The Scarborough Sparrows hang on. Win the game 4-3. And the 7th and 8th seeds defeat absolutely everybody in their path and will meet in the championship final. The Scarborough Sparrows knock off the Krakow Dragons in 6 games. And now are only 4 wins away from becoming IFHL champions. The Dragons almost pulled it off in the third. They were down 4-1, got to 4-3, but the penalty late from Mark Scheifele may have ended up costing them this game. Connor McDavid, 2 goals on the night. That big penalty drawn at the end of the game, he's the first star. Dadonov's the second. Mitch Marner with 2 assists is the third. The Scarborough Sparrows defeated the second-ranked Oakland Golden Seals in the first round. They defeat the 5th-ranked Dragons here in the second round. The bottom 2 teams only securing their playoff spots on the last day of the regular season. Battle through. It'll be 7 versus 8 in the championship finals. The Scarborough Sparrows versus the Yorkshire Unicorns. So there it is. There's the semifinal round done. Only 1 round left to go. We'll go back to going 1 game at a time after this. I'll probably start on Sunday. I'll do my very best to start that then. Day before the Stanley Cup final. And we'll go on alternating days from there. They aren't quite every second day after a while, so we'll see what happens. Before we do that, we will see this get set up. There it is. There's the final. Sparrows and Unicorns. Little look at the tree here just for giggles. Before we end this off, we'll take a look at a couple stats. Not going to worry too much about head-to-head, so we'll just look at totals. We'll just look at head-to-head between the 2 finalists. Sparrows, the highest scoring team through the first 2 rounds. The Unicorns relying more on defense. 29-23 their goals. 43-29 for the Sparrows. They score a lot more. They also get scored against more. Holtby's been fantastic for the Unicorns. Hellebuck's been pretty dang good too for the Sparrows, but that offense, we'll see if that's too much for the Unicorns to deal with. The Sparrows, the best offensive team. The Unicorns, the best defensive. Power plays. The Sparrows having power play troubles all season. Continue into the playoffs, only at 9.1%, well below absolutely everybody in the playoffs, other than the Golden Seals, who didn't get a power play goal against Scarborough in the first round. They haven't drawn a whole lot of power plays either. Actually, it's the same as the Unicorns, so. And pretty much everybody else that made it to the end, except for the Dragons. Never mind. Take that back. So Unicorns have an advantage on the power play. Sparrow's penalty kill is fantastic, though. Not quite the best. The Dragons had some great special teams on both sides. Sparrow's penalty kill, very good. Unicorns, less so. I think that's still acceptable. So with that bad of a power play, only 1 power play goal to speak of, that's 42 5-on-5 goals for Scarborough to 26 for the Unicorns. So 5-on-5, probably an advantage for Scarborough. Let's see what the shorthanded goals. No, I don't want that.
Power play goals against. There we go. Only that's 2 aside. So there you go. 5-on-5, you'd be looking at 42. What did I say? Was it 2? Yeah, 2. 42-27 goal diff there. The 26-21 there. So yeah, definitely a 5-on-5 advantage for the Sparrows. A power play advantage for the Unicorns. A penalty kill advantage for the Sparrows. So if that cancels out and it comes down to 5-on-5, looks like the Sparrows have the statistical edge heading into the final. Just based on these sort of basic stats, of course. We'll take a look at the players now before we go. I'll update this on the dock after. We'll look at the league first. I know I got the Sparrows sitting there, but we'll go through that more in depth in a sec. Looking at the league first, Nylander still leads there. That top line for Seattle was so good. Nylander, Tavares with 14 and 13, and I know Pasternak's right here too. Like, that's a good time. 37 points between that line. Top line for Scarborough's real good too, though. You get Tavares, Marner, and I don't know who else is playing with them. I don't think Zucker's on that line. I think he's on a different line. But I'm guessing Zucker's probably playing with Backstrom, so that's 2 big scary tandems right there for them. Panarin's doing really well. So, there's that. I'll update these. Goals. That's Connor McDavid. He passed Nylander at the end there. Assists is going to be Marner, right? Yeah. 11 points, and they're all assists. And yeah, let's go take a look at both teams just for giggles. So here we go. McDavid, Marner. Apart from Tavares, Nylander, that's the best pairing through here. So that's what they'll look like heading into the final. Big scoring on defense for these guys, so that's fun. Gotta think it'll be McDavid, Marner versus Hedman, Carlson a lot of the time there too, so. A lot more evenly spread scoring for these guys. I think the plus minus sort of shows that a little bit too. Not quite. Oof, they need to not. I didn't look at that for them. Look that up. Yeah, same sort of story here. Goaltending. The head-to-head here. It'll be Hellebuck, 2 shutouts, a 918 and 256 versus Holtby's 1 shutout, a 948 and a 185. Holtby's been ridiculous. The Hellebuck got pulled. I think that was in that Dragons game where they won like 7-4 or whatever it was. It was 5-0 for a while. I think we just straight up 5-0. I can't remember. My memory's already garbage.
So yeah, there's that figured out. So there you have it. Like I said, we'll try to start that up on probably Sunday. I'll let you guys know. And Yeah, there it is.